Every GTA 6 breakdown starts in the same place: Vice City, the neon, the beach, the influencers, the chaos of a modern Miami reimagined in Rockstar's image. But the region that might end up being the one people actually talk about once this game is in their hands, it's not a city at all, it's a swamp. And it has been sitting in the background of official trailers since the very first one, waiting for people to pay attention. Grassrivers is the Everglades of Leonida. Officially confirmed, officially described by Rockstar on their own promotional website as the untamable jewel of Leonida's crown. A primordial expanse of flooded grasslands, mangroves and muddy waterways where, and this is a direct quote from Rockstar's own copy, the gators may be the most famous attraction, but there are far deadlier predators and weirder discoveries among the mangroves. That's not marketing language for a side zone. That's Rockstar promising something. The name itself is a clue about how seriously they're treating this place. Grassrivers is almost certainly a reference to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas's 1947 book, The Everglades River of Grass, the landmark conservation text that redefined how Americans understood Florida's wetlands. The real Everglades is not a swamp in the conventional sense. It's a slow-moving river, 60 miles wide, flowing south through sawgrass prairies toward Florida Bay. Douglas's book fought to protect it at a time when developers were actively draining it. Rockstar named their version after her title, and then did what Rockstar always does. They built a world around it that tells you something real about the place they're satirizing. Grassrivers sits in the southern portion of Leonida, running through two confirmed counties, Vicedale County and Mariana County. The first hint the region even existed came years before any official announcement. In GTA 4's in-game internet, a website called leftovervacations.com ran a Vice City travel advertisement that referenced a swamp full of, quote, right-wing nutjobs and deadly mosquito-borne diseases. Another GTA 4 site logged a tourist who smuggled a crocodile from Vice City's wetland border to Liberty City. Rockstar planted the seeds for Grassrivers over a decade before they officially named it. The name Grassrivers showed up in the authenticated 2022 leaks on an educational interpretive sign titled Energy in the Grassrivers, which described the region's ecosystem in the kind of detail that makes it clear Rockstar's world builders had done their homework. Then came the first official trailer in December 2023, and within the first 30 seconds, an airboat cutting through still water at timestamp 0.919, followed immediately at 0.20 by a shot of flamingos standing alongside multiple alligators in shallow wetland. Those two shots told you everything about the visual language Rockstar was committing to for this region. The May 2025 batch of 85 official screenshots added considerably more. Alligator hunters on airboats carrying assault rifles. A pickup truck hauling a trailer full of poached gators with a police vehicle in pursuit through swamp water several feet deep. A police car doing genuine off-road driving, not the old GTA pattern where cops track you down streets, but actual law enforcement navigating through terrain that was designed to resist them. And in the background of one postcard-style promotional image, bridge pillars visible in the distance connecting Grassrivers to the Leonida Keys. The terrain itself appears to be the most technically ambitious Rockstar has ever attempted for a single region. Analysts who went through the screenshots frame by frame noted multiple distinct mud types visible in the same area. Dry, packed, rocky dirt, wet, reflective sludge. The kind of texture variety that in Red Dead Redemption 2 translated into actual physics, where Arthur Morgan would visibly drag through thick snow and leave footprints behind. The implication for Grassrivers is that terrain resistance is a real system here. Your tires slip, your character moves differently. An alligator moving through that same mud moves differently again. The region isn't just textured to look like a swamp, it appears to be built to behave like one. Airboats are the signature vehicle class Rockstar created specifically because of Grassrivers. No previous GTA game has included them. They exist because standard cars and conventional boats can't navigate shallow swamp terrain, so Rockstar built something new. In Trailer 2, Jason Duval is shown piloting a buzzard-attack chopper pursuing an airboat called the Airgator 09 at roughly the 2-minute 18-second mark. That single shot confirms that Grassrivers isn't a side activity playground tucked away from the main story. Jason is operating there in a confirmed gameplay mission. The swamp is story territory. The wildlife confirmed for Grassrivers includes alligators, flamingos, Burmese pythons, raccoons, boars, and various coastal birds. The Burmese python is a detail worth dwelling on because it's almost absurdly accurate to real Florida. Burmese pythons are an actual invasive species crisis in the Everglades. Introduced through the exotic pet trade and released into the wild, they've established a breeding population in South Florida that wildlife managers have been fighting for 2 decades. Rockstar didn't have to include them. They included them because the people who built this world know what the real Everglades is actually dealing with, and they put it in the game. If you want deep dives like this on every corner of Leonida, every week until November, subscribe. This is exactly the kind of content we live for. Now here's where Grassrivers gets genuinely interesting because the human world inside this region is as layered as the wildlife. There is a law enforcement agency in Grassrivers that exists nowhere else in Leonida. It's called POACH, which stands for Protection of Animals and Controlled Hunting. It's a parody of real-world wildlife enforcement teams, and based on what the trailers show, it's not just decorative. POACH has its own vehicle fleet, tactical hovercraft, air support, their own social media accounts in the GTA universe where they apparently post warnings about retrieving alligators from swimming pools. They are integrated into the world at a level of specificity that only happens when a region is genuinely important to Rockstar's vision. You don't build a dedicated fake law enforcement agency with its own social media presence for a swamp that's just background scenery. The criminal activity Rockstar has confirmed for Grassrivers runs deeper than opportunistic poaching. The armed hunters in those screenshots are described by multiple analysts as using hunting as cover for a broader operation. A truck full of alligator carcasses fleeing police pursuit is not just a random crime. It's a smuggling route. The leaked 2022 footage referenced a far-right militia group operating out of Grassrivers. And when you layer that on top of the poaching imagery, the armed locals, and the poach enforcement response, you start to see the shape of a criminal ecosystem. Rockstar built this region to have its own underworld, completely separate from whatever is running through Vice City. Rockstar's description of the area also notes weirder discoveries in the mangroves. They don't specify what that means. That deliberate vagueness is exactly how Rockstar teases things they want you to find by accident at 2 a.m. 3 weeks after release. The Everglades in real life is a place that has genuinely weird corners. Drug runners used it as a corridor for decades. Survivalists have built off-grid settlements in it. There are islands inside it that aren't mapped and haven't been formally surveyed. Whatever Rockstar has tucked into the deeper parts of Grassrivers, they want you to stumble into it. The scale of the region is estimated by the fan mapping community at roughly comparable to the port and industrial district of GTA 5, which sounds underwhelming until you remember that area in GTA 5 was enormous. And Grassrivers is all of that, but navigable only by airboat, off-road vehicle, or helicopter. The density of that space works completely differently when the terrain itself is the obstacle. You can't just drive through it, you have to learn it. What Rockstar appears to have built in Grassrivers is a region that functions as a genuine counter to Vice City rather than just a nature zone you pass through. Vice City is vertical. Glass towers, dense streets, crowds, artificial light. Grassrivers is horizontal. Open water, flat land, sky, animal noise, silence interrupted by engines. The contrast isn't just visual, it's a different set of rules for how you move, how you fight, how law enforcement responds to you, and what the criminal infrastructure around you looks like. GTA 5's version of this was the Alamo Sea and the Blaine County Desert. Those areas were fun and they had personality, but the terrain didn't push back. You could drive anything, anywhere. Grassrivers looks like a region where the environment is an active participant in what happens to you. November 19th is 4 months away. There will be players who sprint through Grassrivers chasing story missions and never stop to look around. And there will be players who spend their first week in the game slowly crossing it in an airboat, finding the things Rockstar hid in the mangroves, running into poached tactical hovercraft at 11 p.m, stumbling onto whatever the weirder discoveries turn out to be. The second group is going to have a very different November than everyone else.